Coming up on Cabela's Sporting Dog Adventures, we're back out at Ringneck Ranch for a great upland hunt. Some weather moves in and it grounds us for the day. The next morning, we wake up to a white backdrop and birds looking for places to feed after being hunkered down the day before. Stay tuned for some high-flying upland action coming up next on Cabela's Sporting Dog Adventures.
Hey, pretty mama, go and grab the scattergun. Rommel's looking like he's got one more good run. His hips are a little shaky, but his heart's still true. Oh, how that dog loves hunting with me and you. Sporting Dog Adventures, run, boy, run. Everything you need is here under the sun. Everything you need is here under the sun.
This trip was a continuation from an earlier hunt this season. We were hosted by Keith HOUGHTON, owner of Ringneck Ranch, on a great hunt in Tipton, Kansas. On day 2 of our hunt at Ringneck Ranch, we had a major weather front come in. Our crew was grounded due to a storm where we had a lot of rain and snow. Now, what most people don't see is the behind the scenes of what happens when we travel, especially when I have my kids along. So, for the duration of that day, I played teacher and we caught up on homework. We played pool, and then at the end of the day, we got to watch the Green Bay Packers stick it to the Dallas Cowboys. And of course, we were all treated to the great hospitality by Keith HOUGHTON, his staff, and Ringneck Ranch. We woke up on day 3 to a blanket of white snow on the fields. All right, Dale, try that today. My boys and our guest Dale were primed for a good hunt. First out of the gate were Rommel and Pappy. I could not wait until I had the chance to yell rooster. I think it's going to be a beautiful day, Keith. A little slushy, but darn pretty. With a 100% chance of roosters.
Moderate to severe shooting.
Well, we've got a really cool little area here. We've got a fresh snow, and we've got a food plot, and we've got some nice cover, so we're hoping to get some birds in here. Dogs are excited. Come up. Bird! Rooster! Nice shot, whoever did that one. Nice shot. There he is. Good boy. Here. Drop. Rooster! Nice shot, guys. Good boy, Pappy. Here. I think he's ready for another round. Watch Rommel. Get him. Sounds a little lively still. I'll get the wind right there. There we go. Attaboy, hip. Happy. He's a good bird thief. Rommel just gets beat up by everyone. It's a fun hunt, man. It's fresh snow, which makes it a little bit more challenging, but it's a lot of fun. The beauty of Kansas. People think it's just flat. Here we've got nice terrain. We've got a couple of washes. And it's really cool how they manage their property. They put this food plot right in between these 2 little washes here. I don't know how the heck you get your equipment in, but it is neat. We brought Keith, we unretired him and made him actually come out in the field, and he's paying dividends already because the kids are shooting like garbage. I've decided, I guess, that I don't shoot because I haven't had a chance, but Clayton and Cole have let the team down, but we've got Keith, the old pro, who's definitely picking them up. Coming up on Cabela's Sporting Dog Adventures, roosters fill the air, the kids put them down, and the dogs perform flawlessly. We'll also bring you a great tip about keeping your dog hydrated in the field. But first, here's a conservation quick fact. Louisiana's coast isn't just famed for its incredible fishing. The warm winters and plentiful water make it great for hunting everything from teal to mallards to gadwalls and more. Sportsmen and women must work to restore coastal Louisiana and protect waterfowl habitats for future generations. Cabela's Sporting Dog Adventures is brought to you by Cabela's, Liberty Safe, Big Dog Lawnmowers, the Kansas Department of Wildlife Parks and Tourism, Cat Pack, American Natural Premium Dog Food, Browning, Browning Pet Products, Spy Point, High-Vis, Heavy Shot, Mech Shooting Sports, the National Wildlife Federation's Vanishing Paradise Program, Conquest Scent Sticks, Hadel's Game Calls, Onyx Maps, and Boucher Automotive Group. This nutrition tip is brought to you by these fine sponsors. This week's nutrition tip focuses on food. First, we're going to talk about the fact that you are what you eat, even when you're a dog. It is important to have a quality, performance-based food that has a great protein source, because then this food will be more digestible and it'll give the dog what they need to recover from the hard hunt the day before. Now, the other fact is, dogs are also what they drink. You want to have a good, clean water source for your dog in the field. A lot of times when we're out hunting, there's puddles, there's stagnant water. We don't want our dogs drinking that, because that will carry parasites like coccidia, giardia, and other things that can make our dogs sick and give them digestive issues. What we want to have is a good, clean water source and a bowl along, so that we can make sure that we are monitoring what they're drinking and giving them something that is going to help them excel in the field and not make them sick the night after. So remember, for your dog in the field, they are what they eat, they are what they drink. Have a good, solid food for them and also a clean water source, and you're going to have more success and a healthy dog in the field. That's this week's nutrition tip. Now back to the hunt. That's a good boy. You good boy. Back at Ringneck Ranch, the action was heating up, even if some of the bird flushes were a bit unorthodox.
Hold on, guys, ready? I'm flushing this one. I'm the dog. Woof! You like my flush? What do you guys think of my flush? They came out of the roost area. They're down feeding. That's why snow is nice. It's got the birds out moving around. They got to feed. So we're going to keep on going. I hope you guys enjoying this part of the show. Happy, here. Come on, dogs, here. Here. That was a sneaky one.
One of the things we hear, people are scared to death to come into Kansas in the wintertime. And today is as good of examples we possibly had. We had a snow shower come through last night. We've got 2 or 3 inches of wet snow. The temperature's just right at freezing, and it's mild, just a jacket's all it takes.
I'm sweating my butt off right now.
It's a wonderful
I
day
overdressed.
Yep.
And plus the problem I have is after eating here for a couple of days, I'm more insulated.
But think about me, I have to face that every day.
Yeah, well, that's why you have more insulation than some. Guys, you ready?
The hunt was going great. All of the 2- and 4-legged hunters were really enjoying themselves in the field. We had a lot of shooting, and the dogs got lots of work.
Here. Yeah. You're getting full, Cal. All right. Keep on going, guys. Hunt them up in here. Hunt them up in here. Come on. Rooster! He's going down. Hey! Here. Come here. Hold.
Coming up on Cabela's Sporting Dog Adventures, our Kansas Rooster Madness continues, and we show you how to prepare some of our upload take in this week's What's Cooking with Kate. All this and more coming up on Cabela's Sporting Dog Adventures.
Every week from October to the end of December, we're going to have some great prizes that we're going to announce weekly on our show for those that have participated in our social media from July until October.
Be sure to like us on Facebook and follow us on Twitter, where you can win great prizes from our sponsors, including a puppy just like this little guy from Soggy Acres Retrievers. And now it's time for What's Cooking with Kate, brought to you by these fine sponsors. Welcome to What's Cooking with Kate. Kate, what do we got going today?
We are going to use an exciting new piece of kitchen equipment that we got, which is our Weston grinder.
I know I'm excited because we now have kitchen power tools.
It's pretty cool. This is actually one of their commercial grade ones, and we are going to use it to grind this pheasant that you got in Kansas, and we'll make pheasant burgers out of it.
Pheasant burgers, that's probably something a lot of people haven't had, but turkey burgers are common.
Right, and we're gonna use, binder ingredients. We're actually gonna use some seasoning that the folks at Weston sent us as well to add some flavor, and they'll be delicious.
So step one was I cubed the meat.
Right, we want to cut it into, about 1 inch or so chunks.
Now what is step two?
All we're gonna do is we're gonna put it into the tray and start putting it towards the grinding mechanism. And one of the important things about using the machine is that you don't ever have the power of the machine on if you don't have anything in the grinder part. So the meat's all prepared. It's been run through twice. We cleaned all the last bits out of the machine, and we're ready to start seasoning it. So we have breadcrumbs, an egg as kind of our binders, and obviously the crumbs here have a little seasoning in them too, but our main source of seasoning here is going to be one of the Weston's sausage seasoning products, and this one is called the Hunter's Blend. There's a bunch of different ones. There's teriyaki, you name it, they have them.
What would you like next?
Let's put in an egg, just one large egg.
Why are we putting an egg into burger?
It's a binder, and the breadcrumbs are going to kind of act as the same.
And now we want a little bit of black pepper.
Because I love black pepper. Yep, we're going to add quite a bit just because I really like it.
I like to form the patties into about hand-sized. We put them on.
So we're going to let these brown up, and then we'll turn them, obviously. We have a couple of slices of cheese. When we get closer to the end, we can put the cheese on them if we would like that. You can also put the cheese into the actual mix if you prefer to do it that way. You could put like a taco cheese in there, or any kind of shredded cheese you want if that's your preferred method, but we're just going to top it at the very end.
All right, so I'm going to go with a little ketchup. I like spicy mustard. I can honestly say, first pheasant burger I have ever had will not be the last. That is fantastic.
And we ground it ourselves.
That's this week's What's Cooking with Kate.
Now back to the hunt.
Our next trip to the field brought us some dog variety. We decided to run Brittany Spaniels and German Shorthair Pointers. We also had a change in our quarry as we closed in on a covey of bobwhite quail. So Keith, I know you said the Kansas, actually the bobwhite population is exploding. You said there's a chance that we could see a few, and this is one of the spots we're going to try.
You bet. It is interesting. For 15 years, our quail population, like it has nationally, has been decimated. We've really gained a lot of ground. We have probably identified 18, 20 nice coveys here in the valley, and we know that there's one that stays in this particular area.
On our brief quail hunt, we got to see some really rugged cover that the birds held in. We got to see some great points by the dogs, but in the end, we ended up coming up empty-handed. I was about 5 miles behind that one. Quail at full speed. The landscape in this part of Kansas had a lot of variety. We had creek bottoms, we had hills, we had some really rough terrain, we had CRP fields, and then we had the food plots that were put in just for the birds.
There we go, guys.
So I thought the hunt was going fairly well, but our host must have thought a little differently. We're driving by the clay range, and he decides we're going to stop and get a little practice so we can improve our shooting. Pull. Missed it.
Pull. So in the clay shooting today, I think I was a little off because I wore all this coat and those gloves and this hat, and you know, it's just too heavy, so I didn't have that mobility you need when you have clay shooting. So I didn't do as well, but you know, I think I did pretty well for what I had on.
We were really enjoying our hunt and time with Keith. The ranch was filled with hospitality and great fields. Even our guest Dale from Boucher Automotive was having a great time.
We kind of got together with Jeff on his sponsorship and helped him out with a 2015 F-150. He kind of was talking to me, you know, when we were doing the stuff about coming out here hunting, and so I ended up coming along. I'm really glad that I did. The hills are beautiful. We got some snow last night. There's game tracks everywhere. The flushes of snow's flying off when the birds come out. It's just really amazing to experience this.
Coming up on Cabela's Sporting Dog Adventures, we're going to hit CRP fields chasing birds that are searching for food. But before the break, here's a conservation quick fact. Mississippi is serious about its duck hunting traditions, with each hunter harvesting an average of 22 ducks a year. Today, Mississippi waterfowlers are keeping the tradition alive by protecting and restoring Mississippi Sound and the bayous that feed it. This product profile is brought to you by these fine sponsors. Who knew a mower could look so good? When I got to try out my new Big Dog lawnmower and then looked at their logo, it just made sense. This is the Alpha MP model, and it has all the power you need with a 23 horsepower Kawasaki motor, as well as an embroidered seat, LED lights, and a rugged engine guard. These mowers make my life simple as they perform on my lawn, food plots, and assist in property management. One of my favorite parts is that these mowers are factory assembled right in the great state of Kansas. You couple that with a 7-year factory warranty, and we've added a new dog to our pack. For more information on how you can mow with the big dogs, go to BigDogMowerCo.com. I was thinking today was going to be a lot wetter with the weather we had yesterday. Man, it was raining, then we got a really heavy sleet, and then we got a really wet snow. And we actually had the kids in rain pants today. I've got my Cabela's Dry Plus pants. They've done a good job, but I thought we were going to be like drowned rats. We're actually going home after this. We've got all of our stuff packed. I was figuring that we were going to have to change on the way back, but I think we're going to be good. They didn't do too bad. Back in the CRP fields, we decided to pull out the Labrador Retrievers. Whenever you try a new area, which this was, you always wonder, will I see birds? Boy, did we get our answer. Pappy's hot over there. Look at him go. Look, Rooster! Nice shot, Dale. Nice catch, Pappy. Here. Come here, Pap. Good boy. Attaboy. Come here. Drop. This one's moving, so you get a free massage. There you go. You ready? Now they're arguing about who got what.
That's me, not him.
Our hunt was winding down, and it was everything I could have expected and more. I was a little concerned in the morning as we headed out because of the weather, but it was obvious the birds were out in full force after being hunkered down and avoiding the weather the day before. If you guys want a great pheasant hunt, you need to come to the state of Kansas. If you want a great location to come with your family, where everyone's going to feel welcome, you're going to have a quality mom and pop feel to your hunt, contact Keith Houghton at Ringneck Ranch. Truly an A+ from us as far as the hunt, the accommodations, and if you ask my kids, their favorite part was the food and dessert at lunch and dinner. I hope you guys enjoyed the show. Stay tuned for next week's High Flying Adventures. Educational opportunities present themselves to my family all across the country when we're on these trips. We finished today's show with a prime example of our quest to always learn about our great nation. My children are out of school today, but learning never stops. Here we are at the world's largest ball of twine. Next week on Cabela's Sporting Dog Adventures, we head to Saskatchewan for some red-hot waterfowl action. The ducks and geese challenge our calling and our decoy spreads along the way, and we take out several dogs and have some great hunts on the prairies of Saskatchewan. All this and more on Cabela's Sporting Dog Adventures. Closed captioning provided by Hadel's Game Calls.
If you're looking for a puppy
training
or want to use one of our stud dogs, contact us
at SoggyAcres.com.
Look right now at the camera and tell them how much you appreciate learning the great things you do on our trips.
I appreciate it very much.
Do you learn a lot on these trips, Callahan? This is
very much. I learned how to shoot birds. I learned how to run dogs.
You fetched a bird?
Yes.
And you get to learn about different parts of our country. It's almost like being in a geography class, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
This is why we do this.